newspaper is not just reading the news and then forgetting. It is very important to start making notes out of it. So the third thing that I would like to say is that it is very important you rely on your own intelligence, especially for
and then you have to prepare newspaper. The moment it is given to us, like first day when we remember, it's a lengthy newspaper and it's very important to prioritize. So what was your newspaper reading strategy and how much time were you giving for the newspaper?
Initially, when I started reading the Hindu, which is the Bible for us. So initially it was really not just tough, it was very challenging to get everything that is written in the newspaper, because we hardly read the newspaper in such great detail in normal day-to-day life. So it took a particular period of time, like at least 3 to 4 months it took for me to get regularized with what is written in the newspaper, how to understand what is important, what is not. Initially I used to get stuck at news that is interesting for me, maybe a city news or maybe anything like art, related to art or anything. But then I understood that it is not what is required for the exam and I should keep my aim and goal in mind. Then the second thing that confuses the aspirants a lot is that we are taking immense time in reading the newspaper. Like mostly people, I see them complaining, I don't want to read the newspaper because it takes 2.5, 3 hours. But I would say that you're not alone. Everyone takes that much of time, at least in the initial phases of the preparation. Anyway, even I used to take 2.5, 3 hours to read the newspaper. And because reading the newspaper is not just reading the news and then forgetting. It is very important to start making notes out of it. So the third thing that I would like to say is that it is very important you rely on your own intelligence, especially for the current affairs, because you have diverse sources for current affairs. You have multiple institutes, monthly magazines, then you have PIB, you have immense sources. So instead of relying on the intelligence of other institutes or any other person, first of all rely on your own intelligence. And again, if I talk about note making from the newspaper, I would suggest not making notes from the very first day, because when we start making notes on the very first day of our preparation, we'll end up noting down the entire newspaper. We think everything is important. So it is very important that first of all you regularize and you habituate yourself to what is important, what is not, what can be helpful in the exam, and what are the facts for prelims that you absolutely require. Only then you start making notes for the current affairs. I would again like to stress that without notes, it's not possible you remember everything.